So it's day 2 of using the Raspberry Pi OS, and one issue that I came across when using it yesterday was to try and play an episode of a TV programme that I wanted to watch, and this is on the Channel 4 website, All 4. Basically, for those of you not in the UK, it'll have adverts, but you can play it without a TV licence. I wanted to watch this programme and I tried to open it in Chromium and I get this error, Digital Rights Management DRM not enabled. I did a bit of digging around and found out that basically you can get around it by using Firefox, or so I thought. So I opened it in Firefox and funnily enough I got the same error. So turns out we tried to do the same thing on Quids' Kubuntu on his desktop and found that whether it was Chromium or Firefox, it gives you the same error. However, in Firefox, it gives you the same error, but then there's a little pop-up, like an extra tab thing at the top, which basically allows you to enable DRM so that you can actually play the video and it works. This doesn't work in this version.
Yeah, so I think it's due to the fact that it's based on Debian. And Debian do free open source software. And they're very much on the focus of free open source software. And that's fine for ethics and integrity of the software. But Ubuntu are more along the lines of using the best software, whether it's proprietary or open source. And in that case, they allow you to install the DRM. So I think Debian have done something that they're just not easily allowing this. So in this instance here, where Miss Quids is just trying to use a desktop computer in a way she wants to use it, not necessarily saying the Raspberry Pi was designed for this way, because we know with the likes of Kodi, we can play movies, video files, but trying to view something online with a DRM for the browser is not worked.
When I first came across this error yesterday in day 1, I thought I should take a screenshot so I could talk about it. I mean, I've opened it now. And I thought, how do I take a screenshot? So, being a Windows user normally, I decided to just press the print screen button on my keyboard and thought, okay, there's got to be a program here or something that I can paste it in. And I didn't find this. And I thought, what do I need to do? How do I make a screenshot? So I ended up opening up the Add Remove Software application and looking for a way of getting a screenshot. And basically it's something that I probably didn't quite understand the interface and how this works. So I ended up having a search for screen grab software or screenshot software, and in doing so it was probably me misunderstanding the interface. It looks a bit more obvious now. I forget the exact command I forget the exact keywords that I typed in, but basically there were, I think, 3 options, and one of them was Scrot and a couple of others, and I was thinking I'm trying to install this and nothing's happening, and then in a roundabout way I ended up finding out I already actually had created the screenshot after all of this trying to find some software to do it. I found out, one, I already had it installed, and I'd already created the screenshot and it was already saved on my computer.
Yeah, because it actually says command line program. Do you have to do it through the terminal?
Except not quite. I literally pressed print screen.
Oh right, so the print screen did.
And it appears.
It just had no feedback.
Yeah. In fact, I'll do it. I think I'm fairly certain that's what I did. Yeah.
Okay, so print screen just does the job.
Yeah, so the program that is installed, you press print screen and it does a print screen. It gives you no feedback whatsoever that it's actually worked, but it does work. And yeah, here you go.
I was thinking it was a bit too much of a constraint not having screenshots in a basic operating system, because you would want it for, say, reporting errors in a program. So even the most basic of operating systems, likes of KDE Neon I'm thinking of, do have a screenshot program there. So yeah, it was a bit of a surprise this, but okay, it was so basic, it was just done through print screen.
So the general takeaways from this is there are issues. There are issues with trying to get the audio working. I still can't with the same setup, have the recording audio working and then playback. If I want to go on to playback, I then have to uninstall Pulse Audio, and so yeah, it's a bit of a faff to kind of go back and forth. Issues with DRM, and also just not having the nice feedback of the screenshots. So one thing that we did try to do is we actually tried to play some 4K videos. We won't show it now, but we've played some 4K videos from YouTube and found that there was, depending on the videos, some of the videos, this one in particular, had quite a bit of screen tearing.
Yeah. Well, the 4K didn't actually work here, but there was no option for 4K from YouTube. It was 1080 only. There was a few frames lost, according to the stats for nerds, but I don't think it was horrific. It was watchable. Again, we're taking a situation where the Raspberry Pi isn't necessarily designed for this, but in this case, we want to use it as this.
So yeah, that was day 2 of using the Raspberry Pi, in particular using Raspberry OS on the Raspberry Pi, which is the operating system it was that was designed for it. And I think in this case, I'm looking forward to trying something new.
Yeah, I think that's a no from us.
Yeah.
At least with the Pixel desktop, maybe Raspberry with something else, but no, we're going to try Manjaro next.
One thing I found a bit amusing was that in Firefox, if you do a Google search, because the default search engine is Google, it's given me the mobile version of Google, so that's a bit annoying because I always go to the top right hand corner to get the other features, and I can't do that here, so it's just a bit of a thing to get used to.
Yeah. Chromium uses DuckDuckGo, and there's a couple of extras pre-installed. So thanks for watching.
And we'll see you all later.